Welcome to IB Biology. This is the HL Higher Level Year 1 course. That means it's you're in grade 11, you're a junior. I'm Miss Fan. Some of you, this might be your third year with me, your second year. You're really lucky. Hopefully it's just your first year. All right, let's get started. This video is going to show you how to use our Google Classroom. Every course should be using Google Classroom. I will share you the code later on in our introductory lesson. When you open it up, you might see this red octopus. You may not. Just follow it's fine. It's just because you're in a different section of the same course. All right, two important things on the streaming page: upcoming due dates, important for summative assessments that are graded and put into PowerSchool. There's a lot of other learning checks that we go through in the lesson that won't populate up here, but I'll show you where to look at the due dates for those. All right, anytime I post information that's general for all of us, it's going to come up here and also be sent to you through email. All right, classwork is really important. This is where you're going to find all the things that you need to know for this course. Now, on the classwork page, there's a Google Calendar. That's really important. When you book a Zoom meeting with me and you're trying to find out Zoom ID, go in there to find it. Also, those assignments that are due, that are summative assignments that are in PowerSchool, those will also show up on there. On the dashboard, 4 important things: office hours, syllabus, class tracker, student biography, and weather check. Office hours, right? This year is so different. We got virtual learners, we've got on-campus learners. We're going to help you all. This is our first time ever doing this, so be patient with your teachers, with the school, and also we're going to try our best to be patient with you as well, okay? All right, if you're a virtual learner, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 8:50 a.m. New York time, whether it's this course or another course, that time slot will always be available for you to book meetings. If you're booking with me, though, for biology, please go into the Google Calendar, go into the right month, pick a block that works for you. There's a time, date, there's a Zoom ID, hit save. On the day of the scheduled day of our meeting, go into that calendar and then pull it up. All right, syllabus. This is the home of where our syllabus is. I will go through this in the introductory lesson instead, so I'll leave that alone. Class trackers and student biography, okay? So when you go in here, progress tracker, this will show you your progress, but you're going to keep track of your own progress this year. I used to do it for you guys. I want you to do it for yourself. All right, so your name will show up here. You'll either be in the A section or the B section. That'll populate up here. And then these are like all the learning checks and proficiency checks. So as you're working through the Nearpod lesson, Nearpod is just a program that I use to put all the content of the lesson in it. You're like, oh, I finished Who is Flipgrid. I'm going to click that off, right? I'm going to click this off once I'm done. Eventually, you should be clicking all of them off. And the things that are in green are really important because that stuff should actually be handed in through Google Classroom to be graded, and the grade goes into PowerSchool. Now, that doesn't mean you don't do the things in red. If you don't do those things in red, and a lot of them lead up to the things in green, you will not do very well. So all of it you should do. All right, BioPoint tracker, really great. This year I'm going to give you opportunities to get bonus points. For every 5 BioPoints you get a bonus point in your next assessment that is a quiz. Now, how do you get these? I'm going to surprise you with challenges over the week or on a bi-weekly basis. First student to get back to me with the correct answer will get that bio point. That means pay attention to the stream page and your emails. Student biography, this is one of the first assignments we'll be doing in the introductory lesson. Eventually, everyone's biography is going to be on there. This is going to be wonderful because I think it's so important for you guys to know each other and for me to know you, just to have more a cohesive learning environment. So eventually we'll get to know everyone and it'll be all posted in there. And then lastly on the dashboard is a weather check. You got to do this. I need to know where you're at. You need to know where you're at. I need to know how you're challenging yourself and improving. So whenever you go into our class, every lesson, whether you're here or at home, you're going to fill this out. Your name, your date, I am. So where are you in terms of pacing? If you are behind, what subtopics are you behind in? What are the learning objectives in your own words? So I know you know what you're learning. What's your goal going to be today and how are you going to get there? Okay. Maybe you're going to get there because you're going to be better with your technology today. Use it more responsibly. What is your internal weather? And what I mean by that is like, how are you feeling today? It's going to be also even more tough to really gauge this because we're all wearing masks this year, but it's so important to know how we're doing. So we can then, behave and approach people in a more productive way if we know how they're feeling that day. All right, so do that every single time you have a lesson. I always check I'm going to check in the first 5 minutes while you guys are getting started on your self-paced lessons. So whether you're at home or here, it's going to be a self-paced lesson. I think this is going to be awesome because far too often when I'm doing more of a lecture-based lesson, 80% of us are with it and are like following. The other 20% just needs a bit more time to process, and that is okay. Also, the other probably 10% are like, I already know this stuff and I want to move on. So by being able to get you to kind of self-pace yourself, and keep track of yourself using that progress tracker, I think it's going to be really great.